The jail booth became a confessional, full of admitted sins, forgiveness, and answered prayers. In the midst of his ramblings about how and why he could do better, I heard myself mumble, "Brother, we need you." What's up, fam? We back. Black Man Lab Afterflow, Macon, powered by the New Georgia Project. We in Mactown, man, and we with some real brothers who have got something to say, and we're with these brothers. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to have a conversation. You're going to hear from brothers. We've been talking to black men all across Georgia. Now we're in Macon. We want the brothers from Macon to be able to speak their truth so that the world is clear that we got something to say. Don't keep talking about us. We're going to talk to you. So with that, I want to start with my brother who helped get us here, Brother Dr. Pee-wee Kevin Pee-wee Williams. What's up, brother?
What's going on, good brother?
Introduce yourself, man. Tell them about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Kevin Pee-wee Williams, and I'm an assistant professor of healthcare leadership at Mercer University. My background is education and health policy and public health. I also dabble in the music business. I do music management, came out of retirement for my son, who is an artist named DK on Mex.
Came out of retirement, bro.
Came out of retirement to help manage him, and he is an artist and actually is part of the Black Man Lab's music project. He was assistant music director, and he grew up here in Macon. I came out of College Park,
baby.
And but he grew up here in Macon. In fact, he was just nominated for Hip Hop Artist of the Year at the 478 Awards.
Man, let's get that up. Get that up.
So it was good that he was nominated. So, hey, that's a start, as the brother said at the 478 Awards. Just to say you were nominated is huge.
And he's on this project.
Yes, he's on the We Need You
project. He's on this project, the We Need You project. Y'all better get up.
You need to get on that. Yeah, he's the assistant music director, and his mentor, Elias, Vincent Muhammad here from Macon, is the actual music director for the project, and he's featured on 5 of the songs on the project. So you got to tap into We Need You. I'm one of the mentors of that particular part of the Black Man Lab, that project. We meet weekly on how we can expose this great music and work to other people. But just so excited to have the Black Man Lab here in the 478.
478. Real quick, been married how many years?
Yes, it'll be 25 years in June.
All right.
Yeah. And, y'all all invited. I throw a big one on the 4th of July. I mean, not to celebrate the 4th of July, but just that's just the time most people could be off work and come by. And because I'm always rocking the Juneteenth with Brother Muhammad.
That's right.
At the park. So we do a 4th of July. We're going to celebrate our 25th there. So please come and celebrate with the fam on that.
No doubt.
Y'all invited.
No doubt. Thank you, Doc. We appreciate you. We love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
Love the work you've been doing.
Yes, sir.
We're going to jump over here. My brother, first time we've met. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Introduce yourself to the world, to the Black Man Lab world. Brothers all over the world want to know your name.
My name is Carl Myers. I'm a community activist here in Macon. My story is I did 12 years in the Georgia prison system, came home, and just started teaching my whole reformation process and what I've been through and how I got out of that state of ignorance and filled my life with knowledge. And from that knowledge, a lot of manifestations came. Primarily, I worked with Fathers Amongst Men, a nonprofit organization here in Macon that works with young men. They do counseling, mentoring, take the kids to different places so they could experience new things.
So you came home and you started serving.
Yes, sir.
And when you
I was serving while I was in prison.
Yeah.
You know, I was teaching guys how to read and write, teaching them how, helping brothers get their GED, and just being an example in the dorm and just having conversations that a lot of the brothers wasn't having inside of there.
Yeah. We appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Welcome home.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
For sure. You mentioned an organization.
Uh-huh.
We want to hear about the organization. You are also a part of the organization, break it down for them, the Fathers Amongst Men.
Fred Sterelivant, co-founder of Fathers Among Men. Fathers Among Men is an organization that basically looks to find sustainable solutions for our community, but from the lens of fatherhood. Because if you look at all the societal ills that we have, all of them are positively impacted when the man is inside the home or there's a male figure that's actively involved. If you look at teen pregnancy, dropout rates, violence, all those things change when we have men involved. And the way that we address that is we deal with fathers' rights and having space for men to come together, like a brotherhood luncheon and those activities. But with anything, you got to have a long-term solution. And our long-term solution is mentoring our youth. We have a mentoring program. We do Pathway to Manhood. Me and Brother Carl have done things like spring, all of the fall breaks. And when school is out, we do camps for the youth so they can come, keep them occupied so they got something else to do, something to be involved with. And we make sure we cornerstone it on reading. So we do reading circles. So if we're going to go out there and play flag football, or we're going to let them play the game all day, before they get to that, they got to sit down and read in a circle, read out loud with each other, in front of each other, to help build that confidence, help build that reading efficacy. And also it gets them to be more comfortable. And we've watched their grades get better. We've watched them improve. And we give them some time to be themselves. So like we might let them camp out, let them get the aux cord, and they out there burning some stuff, having a bonfire. They may be out there doing whatever, but they get their own space and their time. And by using that, they end up holding each other accountable and start that. Because at the end of the day, what I tell them is we won't be there when they got to make them hard decisions. The parents won't be there. The coaches won't there. Won't nobody know what's going on except for their friends, their siblings, and their cousins. So if we teach them to have accountability amongst each other, then we starting to set them up for success.
Brother, thank you, brother. Man, y'all clap and let's just pause and just think for a moment. In Macon tonight, we didn't just have the superintendent of the schools. We didn't have just an elected official. We had them, but we had brothers who have organizations that are intentionally built around fatherhood and building strong Black men. And that's the work. And it's getting done. And so the narrative that Black men are just kind of sitting around waiting for something to happen is madness. It's just madness. And so we debunking the myth. Bro, Marty, Marty, what do you think about having a statewide Black Man Lab conference and brothers come in and present their best practices?
Yeah, first and foremost, what we saw tonight.
Well, introduce yourself. I'm sorry, brother.
That's okay. Marty Monegain, I'm the executive director of the Black Man Lab. What we saw here tonight is indicative of what is possible when Black men get together, right? And what we can do statewide, nationwide, worldwide is incredible when we put our minds together to do it. We saw a bunch of organizations here in the room tonight that all are doing great work. What we need to do is galvanize that work, right? We need to bring all of us together, use all of our intellectual property, and get on the path of putting our communities first, right? If we put our communities first, guess what happens? The rest of the world is a better place. So I'm committed to making Black Man Lab, Macon, our next stop.
There it is.
All right.
Statesboro might have something to say too, man. Statesboro maybe all at the same time. What
maybe
you think, Jay White?
Time.
We can do it. There it is. There it is. There it is. My brother, come on and introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, my name is Jerry Anderson. I'm from Macon, Georgia. I went to jail. I'm just like the brother next to me. I went to jail. I had 3 life sentences. I did 28 years in prison. My thing was to only come home and talk to the young kids and try to get them going on the right path. Right now I'm in Macon. I do plays. I got a book I call Kingpin, and I got a movie coming soon called The Story of Jerry Anderson.
Wow, brother.
All right, brother.
Damn. I just want us to pause for a minute, brother. 3 life sentences.
Yes, sir.
28 years.
Yes, sir.
Found your way home.
Yes, sir.
Found your way to serve. God is good.
All the time.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also cure violent too. Go around talking to a lot of young kids, trying to get them to put the guns down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got something to say to them. They got to listen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know, what they say, credible messengers.
Yes, sir.
Feel you.
I want you to keep it real with them.
Keep it real with them, no doubt. Brothers, there's an election. We can't get around it, right? I don't want to get around it. I really want us to just what is it that in just a couple of weeks when there's this election, what is it that you want elected officials to know about what we need, right? Y'all are working. Y'all are in these spaces with young Black men all the time. What is it that's up on your priority list in terms of what this election can deliver to support Black men?
I feel like this election could deliver a lot. I think that as a community, as Black people, we need to put our agenda on the table, and then we have to collectively have representation to speak on that behalf. Not the different voices, but a said person that's gonna represent us as a whole.
Yes, sir.
And after that is done, we need to hold that person, whoever it is, in position accountable for the things that they said that they was going to do in the beginning. And then once we make our agenda, have them stand on that.
Yes, sir. We have students here from Southwest. Southwest High School is in the house. And education. How critical is education in this election? How critical, would it be? And what do you think is necessary to support the education of these young people in the room?
I think we still need to continue to put the resources in to make education affordable beyond K through 12. The push to forgive student loans is a critical piece that we need to continue to push and not feel like we should be backed into a corner and feel guilty about taking that opportunity. Corporations get write-offs all the time. We need to put the investment in allowing people to forgive a good amount of their student loans. I sit in a position where I teach working adults, and we have just started a partnership with Bibb County through Dr. Sims in our relationship, where we are offering a discount for his students' parents to come back and get their undergraduate and graduate degrees. So
got you.
We are very excited about that, and that's the kind of energy we need to allow. Can you imagine the kitchen table where, mom is working on that degree she tried at 2 or 3 other schools, and now is sitting there doing her homework as her young person does their homework.
There it is.
And it's building the whole family.
Yes, sir.
That's critical. So I'm all about public health policies and education policies that will value and empower the family, because the civil rights movement, or the movement, starts in the family and it goes beyond.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Jump in. What's number one? What's a high priority investing with this from this government? I mean, taxes are paid. We want ours. And what does ours look like? What do we need that money to be directed into?
So 2 things. Small business is always going to be important, and being able to put funding there and put those resources there, because small business is the backbone of any community economically. And you see that during the pandemic, a lot of Blacks across the state, across the country, took that time to start new businesses, invest those dollars, and do a lot of that. And you've seen a lot of people be able to determine their own destiny. But also, since you spoke on education, I think that something that we miss and overlook in that space is life coaching, because we have a lot of people, we keep saying, hey, we keep telling the youth, get more education. But a lot of times the people around them haven't taught them to be able to apply that education.
Right.
And so you need life coaches for someone between 16 and 24 so that they know how to apply that, because you can get a degree and get all the student loans in the world, but we got a lot of people coming out of school with student loan debt, but they don't know how to apply it. They didn't know the internships to do. They didn't know the career fields to really guide towards. They didn't know how to take and apply that information because they didn't have anybody really around them to really coach them and give them that foundation. So they have the education and they say, hey, I got this degree, but now they back at home working at Walmart.
Trying to get it figured out.
Because they didn't have somebody that could give them that life coach. And mom might have graduated, might even have a degree, but that was 20, 30 years ago, and the whole world and the economics have changed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. My brother.
With me, it'll be education, because there's a lot of kids that we talk to, they can't read and they can't write. And it's kind of hard for them. That's what makes them don't go to school because they're ashamed that the teacher might call them to read. And also it's funding. There's a lot of rundown houses around here. There's a lot of streets that got potholes in them. And it's just real bad in Macon. It just need people we need funding to build all this up so we can have something for the kids to do because after 6 o'clock, kids don't have nothing to do. All they do is just go, they get in gangs and they get together and shoot up everything, shoot people's cars up. They do everything that they don't supposed to be doing because there's nothing to do. No ball playing or nothing. From 6 to 3 in Macon, there's nothing to do. So only thing they're going to do is go get in trouble.
So it sounds like, Marty, that sounds like some funding in education, infrastructure money, after school programs with you name it, sports, music, art, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
I was going to say, one of the interesting things is there's a lot of organizations, not-for-profit organizations that address all of these issues. But guess what? They get no funding.
Right.
Right. So imagine if our elected folks were moving funding into the places where people can actually do the work and actually help, with all these different things that we talk about, from education, healthcare, you name it. That's what I would say I would love to see.
Y'all, we got to jump. We got to get your habit. Give us one habit, one thing you do every day that helps you move the way you move in service, in community, and gotten you in the position that you're in or out of situations that you've been in. Let's start. One thing.
For me, it's studying. So when I understood that I'm nothing but intelligence, I started to study everything around me and tap into what that intelligence is of that person. For me, it's just recognizing the 5 properties of knowledge, which is to look, listen, learn, observe, and respect all things. And I'm going to keep it at that.
There it is. We appreciate it. There it is.
Well, with me,
drop one.
With me, it's just being around the little kids that in trouble and they need help. They can't go to their mother. They can't go to their father. They need somebody to talk to. And I'm there to listen to them and really feel the pain they go through.
Yes, sir.
I convert energy. And what I mean by that is that I take whatever negative and I use it as a conduit to build. My philosophy that I said earlier is build until they cannot ignore you. So instead of taking that energy, if I have an issue with somebody and taking it to go back at them, I take it to go build something better, something greater, or whatever, instead of, because once you give into that negative energy, it's going to consume you. So I take that and just convert that energy into something positive. The more people piss me off or make me mad or anything else, I just continue to use that energy to build. And if you always build, then you get a chance to see the benefits or the fruits of that labor. It helps keep you motivated.
No doubt, no doubt. Brother Pee Wee.
I would say prayer, affirmations, and, unfortunately, my best friend and my little brother were both shot and killed in Atlanta within a year of each other. And my brother's case is a cold case. And so what I have done on one of his anniversaries, I wrote a letter on forgiveness. And sometimes I revisit the importance of forgiveness because I might have had in my classroom somebody that shot my brother that I actually taught. So I practice forgiveness as much as possible.
Hey, brothers, thank y'all. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for being open and transparent. And this is what we do at the Black Man Lab. We give thanks. We are continuing this tour. Black men got something to say, powered by the New Georgia Project. We look forward to the next city of Columbus and beyond, but we look forward to coming back to Mactown. This is a special place with special brothers building something very, very special. Special energy. There is a special energy here that we know we're going to build together, and we're going to be able to tap those lives that y'all are already working on and do this in collaboration. Thank you, brothers. Let's give it up, brothers.